So you're a vendor, you've got lots to tell people, you're having an analyst day. There's one way to make sure that people pay attention. Hold it in Boston in March, it's freezing, let's go. Okay, so a lot warmer in here, and the meeting's not the land of the giants, these guys. Not much secret, you can see we're at HP's Industry Analyst event for 2014. Now, it is an enormous company, covers a huge breadth. We can't cover everything, obviously, but I'm glad that I've got, as usual, some of my ESG colleagues with me, and each of those is going to tell you just their main thoughts and takeaways from the meeting.
What I really like about this event is it really gives us an opportunity to appreciate the breadth and depth of what HP can bring to the table. I mean, they've got so many resources between the server business, the networking business, and HP Labs developing amazing technology like Memristor really gives you an idea of just what kind of an impact they have in the market when it comes to next-gen storage technologies and really preparing companies to adopt to the cloud and start to elasticize their environment in a very efficient way.
So I'm here at the HP Analyst Summit, and one of the things I really wanted to look at was what was going to be the backup and recovery archiving story that we were going to hear this week. And one of the things I was really impressed by is this is not the HP from 2013 and before. In 2014, HP seems really confident. They're confident in their product set, they're confident in who they think they want to take on in market, and they're going to get really aggressive on telling that story. They're hiring specialized backup and recovery specialists. They're identifying a story that completes from primary storage through snapshotting, through secondary storage, all the way through dedupe, and even integrating their tape components and the HP cloud. So it ought to be a really interesting time for them, and the question is going to be, can they take all the technologies and the passion they've got and enable a field force and a channel ecosystem that can actually help them bring these new solutions to market?
I spend an awful lot of time looking at Converge Systems, and ultimately at the end of the day, it's all about being able to deploy it faster, easier to maintain, and better in service and support. We see the people actually driving these inside of IT is ultimately that VP of IT operations, ultimately up to the CIO. HP is positioned here pretty interestingly. They've got, at the bottom, they've got a CS100 based on Moonshot today that's focused on Citrix Zen desktop environment, very predictable pricing and sizing model. They go up to a CS300 and then up to the CS700. CS300 is a little bit more software defined based on some of the stuff they do from a storage perspective. The 700 actually has 3-part storage in there. But no matter what it is, it's ultimately changing the way people think about consuming.
It was interesting for me to hear just the ongoing drumbeat about open standards and OpenStack and just how much HP's investing in OpenStack across the board in the Cinder and Swift interfaces to help build standardization and help customers be able to really bridge their existing data centers with new cloud data centers and avoid that lock-in. I mean, they're practically wearing OpenStack cheerleader outfits today, the last few days, the way they've been talking about it. But I think customers will really like that because I think it solves a real customer problem when you start looking at how next generation applications need to get built and how and where they need to get hosted. So I think I really like much of what I heard today. I think HP, the message clearly is that they're back. That's what they've been saying for a couple of days. They're saying all the right things. Of course, it's up to them to execute, but you know, the future looks good.
I think the biggest challenge HP has ahead of them is ultimately the way IT does things today. HP could very easily, an HP salesperson or field person, could very easily lean back on the way they traditionally do networking or storage or their server environment. But what they've done is put programs in place with their sales teams and more importantly with the channel to be able to drive that converged system not only from a strategic perspective, really the value of deploying a pre-integrated turnkey solution to their customers.
So thanks to my colleagues, and I hope you found their comments interesting. Now, look, I'm back in the land of the giants, but really that's not why I've come up here. I came here to pass on one of the other insights that I thought was really interesting and a key takeaway from this meeting without getting into any of the NDA stuff or other things that we can't share. And that was, it really felt like we're back to the big HP. The HP of old, the HP that companies and even its competitors, strangely enough, sometimes want to succeed. There's something iconic about the company. And so if there's one word I take away from this event, aside from the portfolio, aside from the progress in individual accounts. Aside from the opportunity, it's confidence. This was a confident company. In fact, I think Meg Whitman in her opening keynote used the word confident maybe 8 times in the first 5 minutes. Not just confident from HP outwards, but also we saw from and heard from a number of partners and customers their confidence in what the company is doing. So this is a very different company from 1, 3 or 4 years ago.